Alright guys, and continuing on with the Decepticon Pretenders, this is Skullgrin, or also known in Japan as Dauros, but we're basically going to be taking a look at the shell, and then we'll get a look at the robot size comparisons. One thing that I wanted to point out here in the beginning, and we'll just make sure we focus in on that, is the belt section, because it's very unique for him. One, he does have, a little skull there, you got some nice spikes and some nice little mold detail there in the sides. You can also see some skulls here on this side as well. But you can notice on him, which is a little bit different than the others, that you actually have like a little belt clip that you actually have to detach. Now, back in 87 when this guy's released, that's kind of cool because it's very unique for him. And this is also something that's very commonly lost. But you want to make sure that you still have a post on there. This little section is not broken, just because you're going to be taking this on and off every time you want to get the robot out of there. And that's something that 25 years later, the quality on it's probably not going to be as good as what it used to be. And if I can get this guy open, come on, dude. There we go. And we'll go ahead and set him to the side, and we'll look at the Pretender the way that it was supposed to be. Again, we got to put this little belt back on here. And the detail on the shell, I'm not impressed with it as much as I am with the robot form. There we go. That's good enough. That's basically what I'm talking about. Is you got to put the thing on and off, and eventually you might end up breaking it. But there is some nice detail here on the back. You can see there's some electronics, these little spikes coming out all over the place, and the legs there. He's coming out there at the knees. But one of the other unique things about this guy is his head rotates here, which is very uncommon on the other Pretenders. It's just like a solid molded piece of plastic, and same thing on the back, and they just snap together. So that's pretty cool with him. As far as our accessories, he does have this nice little sword right here on the side, and then these two guns obviously fit together so they can fit in his hand. These go actually to the robot form. We'll go ahead and take those out, and we'll set him to the side. With these guns, you can just detach there. He's going to hold it with this section, and you can see that the posts, so that you know if you're looking online and you just need one of these guns, they are different. So this one has a hole there and doesn't have a post there. So you can kind of see that they are different. So make sure you know which one you actually need. Now taking a look at the little robot form, and we'll bring the camera down some. There we go. Now getting him transformed the way that he's supposed to be, you're just going to swing these arms out just like so, and bringing out the legs, and there he is. Not too bad looking. I do dig this guy's face. I like it. And he's got a few stickers on him. I am missing most of them obviously, but still not too bad. I love the gray and the fuchsia with this guy. As far as the guns go, you can put them in his hands, or you could also flip his hands just like so, and he's kind of got these like little use in tank mode, but he's got these little cannons right here for hands, which is kind of cool. Something kind of alternate there. And then you could also put these guns in his hand as well. And he doesn't look too bad, and if you angle him just right, he can stand with them. So I'll give you guys a little 360 of him, take a look at some size comparisons, and then transform him. So we'll set him there, and here he is, just next to Submortar. So as you can kind of see, this guy's actually a little bit shorter than the rest of his buddies there. Go ahead and move him to the side. Another guy, just bring in someone a little bit different. There is counterpunch in his counterpunch mode. So obviously quite a bit shorter there. And here is, I forget what it is. It's Bonzitron or something like that from the Action Masters, which it does have some articulation, but obviously I played with this guy, so it doesn't really work. Now, as far as the transformation with this guy, it's actually a little bit more unique than the others. The first thing that we're going to do is pull down these feet here, and with the arms, I'm going to pull these little cannon sections out. And it's one of those things where whenever you start to transform it, you don't go all the way. So like this guy, you're going to come up about halfway and then start to, move these around, and do the same with this one, just so they can get by. And when those come up all the way, then you're going to come with the arms. Because if you come all the way with these aren't going to be able to, move back and forth. And the same vice versa. If you leave these down and then you try to bring these legs around, these aren't going to be able to come back all the way. You're going to have to pull down a little bit. So that's the only thing with that. Not too complicated. Then we can put these guns here on the side. He does have these nice little tank tracks as well. And do the same with this one. And it's kind of like a little Cybertronian little tank here. And I'll just move the camera down a little bit better so you can see. But if we put some stickers on him, it's not too bad. I actually think that this is the best as far as the alternate forms on the Pretenders. Actually, out of any of them, if I could say that. But I dig the colors on this guy. I just wish that the Pretender shell was just a little bit more better in detail. Now, as far as a few other size comparisons, here he is with Bloodswing in his tank mode. So there's two of the Decepticon tanks there, side by side. Kind of get an idea there. And here he is with Bomb Burst or Blood. So you can kind of see what they look like next to each other. About the same width, so really, really cool set to have. I suggest getting the three of them if you can find all three of them. 100% complete. They're not really that great of a Transformer figure, but they do look really nice on your shelf, especially if you're a G1 fan or like the Super God Master Force. You have to have them. Those three. There are a Series 2 that are more figures, but they're not necessarily things that you have to pick up. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and who knows whatever I'll upload next. But thanks a lot for watching. Bye.